Hey, welcome back, guys. It's time for Monday Morning Quarterback. It's our weekly chat with ABC 36 Sports Director Jeff Piecoro. Good morning there, Jeffrey. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, Lee. Great. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir. Well, it was a tough loss in Nashville for the Cats. I mean, the positivity of the whole experience was that the defense did a pretty good job because other than those two pick sixes, they only gave up one score, and that was because of where we were on the field. It was just unbalanced.
No, you're exactly right. I think that it was a glimpse into the future for a lot of people. They wanted to see what they had in Destin Key, to see if, or Destin Wade, to see if he is something that we can build on for the future. I thought he played okay. He made two freshman mistakes.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it was okay. Look, you're playing without possibly the number one quarterback in the draft and without Chris Rodriguez. That's really hampering your offense right there.
Absolutely. And not to be too harsh on Dustin, I mean, there were a couple of mental errors he made that obviously cost points. But other than that, I don't think he did that bad, actually, to be thrown in there as, his first go against a major competition like that from the Big Ten.
Yeah, I think you have to think of it this way, Lee. I mean, that'd be like you playing quarterback, and he'd never taken a snap in college football before, never.
Right.
And he's thrown in there in his first start against the top 10 defense in the country in Iowa. So I thought he played okay. He did. He missed a couple of passes, deep ones, but I think one of them was the receiver's fault. And, another one, if he puts a little bit more loft under the ball, they'd probably make that play. But, he had a couple of chances, and unfortunately he missed on them.
Yeah. Well, the analogy fails, though, Jeff, because if I was playing quarterback, I'd clock the ball 3 times and we'd punt because I'm not taking that hit. Well, let's talk about basketball for a moment. They dominated Louisville, and there's a couple of ways to look at that because Louisville's having a pathetic season, but there were some really good things that we saw from the Cats.
There is. This is a work in progress, and it's interesting when you look at this team because a lot of people shake their head and they scratch their head and they're saying, play faster, and your athletes, let them run, and coach is telling us just the opposite. So I think it's going to be real interesting to see. They scored more points in the Louisville game than they have in the last couple of weeks. It's going to be interesting to see how this offense evolves. He wants it to slow down. He says, we're going to slow down. We're going to be playmakers instead of just run and gun type of thing. And I think it's going to be real interesting to see if this does evolve the way that he says it does. He said, my teams in the past have always been a little bit slower, and we've always scored a lot of points, and we scored almost as many points as we have in any game this season. He was happy with it. So, John's happy, then I think the rest of us should be.
Well, and I think the thing they were trying to get accomplished was to get Toppin involved. Because if that guy steps up, that relieves so much pressure from Oscar and the rest of the team. If this guy can be a playmaker, that does make a world of difference.
Oh, you're exactly right. He has all the talent in the world. He's got size. He's got the ability to shoot from the outside. He's got the ability to go to the basket. I think that, a lot of times I think it's in these kids' heads, too. You miss a shot or two, and then you start thinking, oh, boy, I can't miss this shot. He just has to go out there and just play basketball. I think that, it's gotten into his head a little bit. There's been a lot of comparisons to his brother, Obi, who was one of the top players, in the draft 3 years ago. If he can continue to play like he did against Louisville, like you said, it takes so much pressure off Oscar and the rest of the offense. And I think it makes it much easier for Wallace and Livingston and those guys to get involved as well.
Absolutely. And one more thing, Jeff, before we let you go. Tonight on ABC 36, the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen comes to town. That's going to be fun.
Let me tell you something, Lee. One of these two teams is going to be in the Super Bowl. That's how good these two are.
Yep.
They're the two best teams in the AFC. It's going to be an unbelievable game, 8:15 on Channel 36. I'm not going to miss a play. It's going to be a fun game. It's Burrow versus Allen, the two best quarterbacks in the league, too. I can't wait for it. It's going to be fun.
Now, this is a big-time matchup, and we got it right here on ABC 36, as Jeffrey just told you. Jeff, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Lee.